The U.S. State Department has labeled Yemen's Houthi group as a foreign terrorist organization. Secretary of State Marco Rubio announced the designation on March 4, 2025. This decision marks a return to the Trump administration's policy. The Biden administration had revoked the designation in 2021. The Houthis are now subject to sanctions. These sanctions target their financial activities. The designation sends a strong message about U.S. disapproval. The international community is watching closely. The decision has sparked debate. Some experts argue it pressures the Houthis. Others worry about humanitarian consequences. The situation in Yemen is dire. The conflict has raged for over a decade. Millions of Yemenis face starvation and disease. The U.S. must balance security interests with peace in Yemen. The U.S. cites Houthi attacks on commercial shipping as a key reason for the designation. The Red Sea and Gulf of Aden are vital waterways. They are crucial for global trade and energy shipments. The Houthis have stepped up attacks in these areas. This surge in attacks followed the Israel-Hamas war in October 2023. Over 100 merchant vessels were targeted. They aimed at ships perceived as Israeli-affiliated. Interestingly, Chinese-flagged ships were spared. This suggests a strategic calculation. China maintains good relations with the Houthis. It has emerged as a major player in the Middle East. The U.S. views these attacks as a serious threat. They disrupt international trade and destabilize the region. The U.S. Navy has increased its presence in the area. It aims to deter further attacks and protect shipping lanes. The terrorist designation carries serious consequences. Individuals and entities providing material support to the Houthis face sanctions. This includes financial penalties and travel restrictions. The U.S. government is offering rewards for information. The Rewards for Justice program is offering up to $15 million. It seeks information that disrupts Houthi financing. This program aims to cut off the group's access to funds. It hopes to weaken their ability to carry out attacks. The designation has raised concerns about humanitarian aid delivery. Aid agencies fear being caught in the crossfire. They worry about potential legal repercussions. The Biden administration revoked the designation partly due to these concerns. The current administration argues these concerns are overblown. They claim to have mechanisms in place. These mechanisms are meant to ensure aid reaches those in need. However, humanitarian organizations remain cautious. They emphasize the need for clear guidelines and exemptions. The terrorist designation adds another layer of complexity to the conflict. The Houthis have condemned the move. They view it as further evidence of U.S. hostility. The designation is likely to harden their stance. The Houthis have taken a number of provocative actions recently. They have detained 8 more UN staffers in recent months. Dozens of other individuals are also being held. These include aid workers, journalists, and former U.S. embassy staff. The Houthis' actions have drawn international condemnation. The UN has called for their immediate release. However, the Houthis have refused to comply. They demand concessions from the internationally recognized government. The conflict in Yemen has reached a stalemate. neither side has been able to achieve a decisive victory. The humanitarian crisis continues to worsen. Millions of Yemenis are on the brink of famine. The international community must redouble its efforts to find a peaceful resolution.